We begin in Sudan. The war, which has killed tens of thousands of people and displaced millions more over the past 2 years, has spread to new areas of Sudan in recent days, sparking fears of an even graver humanitarian catastrophe. After mediating in other conflicts in Africa and West Asia in recent months, the U.S. administration under Donald Trump is pushing for a ceasefire in Sudan. The U.S. Senior Advisor for Arab and African Affairs, Massad Boulos, said that efforts are ongoing to reach a humanitarian truce in Sudan as the Sudanese army and the paramilitary rapid support forces agreed to an initial plan in principle. Here is our cover report.
Horror, pandemonium, and fear. Sudan's paramilitary force unleashed terror on Darfur's Fasher, turning the city into hell for the inhabitants who had to flee in their thousands. Men were executed, others crushed to death in broad daylight. The world was angered and infuriated. Days after the massacre, their chief, Daglo, had this to say.
Our people of Al-Fasher should come back and we should stand by them. We should bring back the people so that Al-Fasher gets back to its former state. There are violations that took place in Al-Fasher. From here, I announce the formation of an investigation committee. Our announcement is not mere talk. No, the committee has arrived to Al-Fasher now.
The two main warring parties, the Sudanese Armed Forces, the SAF, and the Rapid Support Forces, the RSF, are controlling different parts of the country. The army, mostly the country's east, and the RSF, mostly the country's west, including the Darfur region. Both have been ramping up gold production throughout the war and are using it to fund their war efforts. Gold is increasingly being smuggled across the border into neighboring countries like Egypt. It's also one of the ways global players such as the United Arab Emirates are entangled in the conflict. Dubai reportedly provides weapons like drones in return for gold. Artisanal gold mining is widespread across much of Sudan, used to employ more than 2 million people and produced about 80% of the gold extracted nationwide, and that's according to experts. Sudan is one of the world's poorest countries, and mining remains a source of fast profits, attracting many. The industry has flourished since oil-rich South Sudan broke away in 2011 during the rule of now ousted President Omar al-Bashir, a period marked by economic hardship, government mismanagement, corruption, and international sanctions. In 2019, Sudan's now deposed transitional government issued a decree banning the use of mercury and cyanide after protests against their use at gold mines. The decision has rarely been enforced, and miners continue to use the chemicals in more secluded outlying areas. Political and economic turmoil in Sudan has piled pressure on households already struggling to make ends meet. The country's economic crisis worsened after an October military coup led by Army Chief Abdel Fattah al-Burhan. And then later, the war broke out. The coup and subsequently the war triggered cuts to crucial international aid and fed into spiraling prices of basic commodities. Sudan was one of Africa's top gold producers, generating 30.3 tons of gold in the first half of 2021 alone, according to official figures which do not include the artisanal output. The central bank put Sudan's gold revenues in the first quarter of 2022 at $720 million US, reflecting the official output. And then the war broke out and everything was lost. The state-run company supervising mining activities declined multiple requests for comment. The lucrative business has long been controlled by shadowy companies with links to the security services which flourished under Bashir. And now the businesses which fled the country have now full control and backing from the army and the paramilitary. The industry is now in limbo and has become a huge prey for both Al-Burhan and Daglow's men. Africa Bureau, WION, World is One.